Welcome to SENNEBOGEN. My name is Constantino Lannes. I am the President and CEO of SENNEBOGEN in North America. I am here to show you our operation. I'm here to show you a unique system we have developed to support you, dear customer, in the operation of a SENNEBOGEN machine in North America. This is our head office for North America. This is the place where we have all the parts stored, where we have our technical center that supports you and supports the dealer in keeping your machines running and keeping an ideal uptime as you desire when you buy a SENNEBOGEN. We have created a unique support system in North America. It's a multi-pronged approach. It starts with, I'm just going to show inside this building, our spare parts storage facility. We have a very high level of stock of parts that guarantees us, or has guaranteed us over the last 84 months, over 98% parts availability same day. On top of that, the next level of support is a series of uptime kits we created. And what we have done is we took statistical data, which parts generally fail on a machine. We went back to engineering and discussed with them, and we create a series of kits. One of those is an electrical kit, another one is a central lubrication kit, a ordering kit, an air conditioning maintenance kit, and so on. And what we did is we put in one box all the parts, like if we would look at electrical kit, all the sensors, the relays, the coils, everything that would fail, so that you have all the parts in your hands. Whenever they fail, you can easily exchange them and continue to work. The next level of support is our dealer network. We have 45 dealers with 250 service locations across North America. And the last step on the support program is what I will show you at the end of the tour of our facility, our training center, where we train the dealer mechanics, but at the same time, we train your mechanics. We give you the possibility to have mechanics as well trained as our dealer mechanics, because they will be in the same class. And if you want to do your service, you'll be able to do your service, meaning that with the parts availability, the kits, and a trained mechanic, your machine will be working all the time. You have an ideal uptime, and you'll be making money with a SENNEBOGEN machine the whole day. Let's go in. We just passed by the technical side of the building, the side of the building where we have our technicians that are here on the phone supporting our dealers, making sure your machine is working all the time. The last group of people we just passed are the spare parts group. It's the group that's on the phone receiving orders, supporting the dealers in ordering the right parts for you. Once they put those orders on the computer, that by the way can be received either through the personnel or online, the parts orders will come to this side of the warehouse. In this side, they will print the pick tickets, and they will be then able to pack all the parts that are necessary for your order and ship them out in the ideal way that you have requested, being overnight or being second day or being a stock order that will be shipped within a week. One of the operating characteristics of this warehouse that we found that bring the best results is every person in this warehouse is responsible for every single step in the process, meaning this person will pick the parts, will pack them, and will ship them out. This way, we avoid that we have transfer of responsibilities for your order, and that we have the risk of having any mistakes when the order is shipped to you and you receive your parts. The way this warehouse is organized is by inventory turns, meaning that the parts that move more they are all stocked closer to where the people work, so they have to walk less and they have the possibility to be more efficient. The parts that move less, they are all stocked at the end of the warehouse. And I will show you that in detail as we walk through. Let's continue to walk. As I said, this is the first row, right? Here you'll see filters, here you see belts, here you see maintenance parts. Parts that move a lot, parts that are necessary every $500, every 1,000 hours, when you change your filters and you change the oils on your equipment. And independent if this is an engine oil filter or is a hydraulic oil filter, they are all here in stock, all ready for you to use. We want to make sure that you have all these parts available whenever you need them. And as we get to this section of the warehouse, you'll see all the kits we have. And as you can see, this whole row, these are all kits. And as I mentioned to you when we started, this is a very important piece of support that we provide to our customers. This here, for example, is a central lubrication kit. On this kit, you'll see the hoses for the central lubrication system. You will see the protection for the hoses, as well as you will see the grease distribution blocks that are used around the machine. And here you have all the fittings that are necessary to build the hose to keep your machine lubricated all the time. All the SENNEBOGEN machines come standard from the factory with a central lubrication system, meaning that the lubrication will be done during the day and not only at the beginning of the shift. This way, the machine operates in an ideal way. Inside that, you have a parts list that shows exactly every single part that's on the kit, as well as you have an order form. So at the time that you use one of these fittings that has the part number here, you go there, you mark on the order form, and you ask your purchasing people to order this one fitting to replace your kit. So your kit will be completed all the time and ready to be used. This is an electrical kit. And here you have the same, the list of all the parts that's included, as well as the order form. You'll find all the special components, meaning all the fuses, all the pins to do the repair on your wiring harnesses. And you have the solenoid coils that are used across the machine, as well as a battery disconnect switch. And when we start opening the lower parts of the kit, you'll find switches, you'll find an ignition key, you'll find a pressure sensor for the air filter. You see that basically every single sensor that's installed on the machine is included in this kit. So if any one of those sensors fail, and you have a trained mechanic that can diagnose the failure, and you have the sensor, your machine will be up and running in a few minutes. Instead of waiting for a distributor to come in to diagnose the failure and to get a part and then repair your machine. So instead of being out of service for perhaps a day, you'll be out of service for a few minutes only. Relays, some more switches, as well as the other coils that are used on the machine. So you see that all electrical components that could fail are included in this kit, what make it very simple to do repairs on the field and to make sure your equipment keeps working. This was just to give an example about the central lubrication kits, the electrical kits, and one of the details I want to show you, you see here it will say electric kit D series. When you look here, you'll see electrical kit E series. We do a very good job in terms of standardizing our equipment. So if you have 3 pieces of equipment, 3 different sizes of the same series, meaning the E series, for example, all you need is this kit. You don't need a kit that's specific for your machine size you use. Because what we do is the cabs, for example, they are the same on all machines. The controls, they are the same on all machines. So with one of those kits, you have all the parts you need for a complete series. That reduces your investment, but at the same time increases your uptime, increases the availability of your piece of equipment, because you would have in one box all parts you need. As we continue to walk, you'll see other kits. Like this, for example, are the O-ring kits. Here we have the kit for repairs to the main wiring harness. Below we have a kit for the hydraulic measurement system. One thing that's important to know is that the SENNEBOGEN machines don't have a computerized control system. They have a hydraulic control system, what simplifies troubleshooting and what makes very simple to identify faults. So basically all you need is to have a good pressure gauge, like it's included in this kit. You'll be reading pressures and you'll be identifying the problems. As we continue to walk through the warehouse, you'll see many different parts, from small components like O-rings, like pins, like small bushings, all the way to larger axles. Here we have, for every single machine that is in operation in North America, a set of axles, from the largest to the smallest. This warehouse is 100,000 square feet covered space. We stock here over 18,000 single items, and we have currently a stock level of $42 million. What you can see is a lot of parts, and you continue to see during this video all we do to support you ideal. Here what you'll see are swing gears. These are the gears that allow the upper carriage to turn, and you'll see many different sizes fitting every single model that we produce. We have, for every single machine, different sizes of hydraulic oil coolers, different sizes of air coolers or water radiators. Here you'll see some more details about our stocking philosophy. I showed you a few minutes ago the axles. Here you'll see the drive shafts that are mounted inside the axles. Here you'll see the steering shafts that are used in the same axles. So basically the philosophy is we stock the larger components as well as we stock the smaller components that are used on the larger components, to make sure that you only buy what you really need for the repair you are doing and don't have to buy larger components. This is one of the important rows of the warehouse, is the row where we stock engines. Here you'll see we have, again, for every single model of machine in stock or in operation in North America, we'll have an engine. Here is an example. You'll see a Deutz engine. This is an engine for a machine that was imported into North America back in 2009. And as we continue going through this row, you see all those boxes are engines. We have an engine to fit every one of the machine sizes and the machine types that are operating in this country. What you see here on the floor, those boxes, this is our receiving area. Our logistic here, our inbound logistic here, is we have a 40-foot container leaving Germany every week with parts, as well as 2 air freight shipments for parts that are urgent. So we are always replenishing this warehouse well in advance to make sure that the parts are always in stock. Our stocking philosophy is very simple. Every part that will put a machine out of service has to be in this warehouse in Stanley, North Carolina, waiting to help you be back into service. On the back wall, you'll see hydraulic cylinders, being boom cylinders, stick cylinders, or any kind of cylinders utilized on the machine. They are all in stock here. Here we have a hose making facility. I know there are a lot of different options to get hoses made in North America to support your equipment in case of a hose failure. But what I want to show you that's perhaps more important than a hose making facility is the level of inventory necessary in fittings to make all these hoses. As we walk over here, you'll see these are all the fittings that are necessary to cover 28 different basic models. So again, to the subject we discussed before, standardization, we have a very high level of standardization to make sure that's easy to support the equipment after you have purchased it. As I mentioned to you when we started, this is one of the very important steps to support you, dear customer, in North America. This is our training center. Here we'll be training your mechanics. And as I said at the beginning, free of charge. You just have to cover the travel costs to get into Charlotte, North Carolina, and everything else will be covered by us. We train into 2 levels, and every level of training is 1 full week. So we'll put your mechanics together with the dealer mechanics in the same classroom. You'll be training exactly at the same level, and this will allow your mechanics to be as good as the dealer mechanics in supporting your equipment, in keeping your uptime as high as possible, and keeping that machine working. Because if the machine is working, we all know you are making money. Let's walk in and have a look. We can put here inside the largest rubber-tired unit we produce, 200,000 pounds weight, and train mechanics. Here we have the simulator to train on the control system. We can simulate every single operation, or we can simulate every single failure. You have the indication lights, as will have your display. So outside the machine, you can simulate that, understand how that works exactly. Here we can see a simulator on the central lubrication system. You remember the kit I showed you in the warehouse. Those are the distribution blocks I show you. This is the main pump, and these are the hoses. So basically, here again, we can train your mechanics how the system works, how the system runs, and make sure that they understand exactly which maintenance is necessary. What you see here are the pressure gauges that I referred to when we're looking at the kits. Simply with this pressure gauge connecting to test ports on the machine, you can see where are the problems and where are the failures that you have. And now I want to show you one more advantage of coming to a SENNEBOGEN training. Join me. Something very special. We even provide you free lunch when you are here at training, so that within a short period of time you can be back in the training area, you can learn more, and we don't lose time going out to restaurants. One more advantage of the SENNEBOGEN training. When you get into advanced training, into level 2 training, you'll be here, disassemble major components and understand exactly the functions of a main control valve. What are the main problems, how to repair them, how to solve the problems. So we not only do a training overall on the machine, but we go much deeper in detail on level 2 to allow you to understand the function of every single component, how to repair them, and how to keep your equipment back into service. Here is where we do all the training on the electrical control system of the machine. We have a cabin that electrically is fully operational, and we have behind the cab all the connections between the cabin and the main machine with the wiring harnesses that are used. We have the solenoid valves, we have the electric controls all installed and all operational. And here I want you to point out to something that I said when we were looking at the kits, standardization. As you can see, all the coils for the solenoid valves are exactly the same. That makes it very simple to troubleshoot, because if this function is not working and it's activated, there is an LED here that will be red if the function is activated. You know that electrically, up to here, everything is working. The only two reasons why the function will not work will be the coil or the valve itself. So what you do, you remove this coil and put in this position. By doing that, if the coil is the problem, the function will work immediately. You go to your electrical kit, you get a spare coil that's on the kit, you put here, and you'll be back in business. You see how simple it is to troubleshoot a SENNEBOGEN machine. Additionally, you'll see here the electrical panel. All the fuses, all the relays, everything that's electrical on a SENNEBOGEN machine is installed inside this well-protected panel, making it very simple again to troubleshoot electrical components. This is the area where we stock booms, sticks, and heavier components. As you can see here, we have a large number of booms and sticks to make sure that, independent of the size of your equipment, that we have the right boom and stick in stock available in case anything happens. Specifically on some special machines, this here is a 718 boom and stick. We have a completely set, including the telescoping part, in stock, ready to help our customers. This is the area where we stock swing bearings for the different sizes of machines that we have on the market. Again, the same stocking philosophy. There are multiple swing bearings for every machine, so in case of failure, we can support you. And when we look at this side, this is the end of that engine row that we saw earlier, where we have all the diesel engines as well as electric motors for electric machines we have supplied in inventory in Stanley, North Carolina. Thank you very much for joining me in this tour of the SENNEBOGEN facility. I'm looking forward to seeing you visiting us here at a demo day, or if you have any further questions about SENNEBOGEN, our support, or our products, click on the button and a specialist will call you.